So hi, this is Charlie, and now we're doing part 2 of that video. We just ended doing the push up here to the Git repository. I'm going to check EC2. I have an instance running. It's a brand new instance. I'm going to come over to Secure Shell using the same technique we did before. We're just going to go into our instance of Secure Shell, and now we're here on our EC2 instance. If we type ls, you can see this is a brand new instance. There's nothing in it at this time. So I'm going to come over here to the Linux web user assignment, and you can see that I have a few commands here, and you could paste them all in at once if you wanted, but it might be simpler for you all to understand what's going on if I do them one at a time. So I'm going to come over here. I'll enter the first command, shift insert. That takes me to my home directory. I'll come back over here, I'll grab the next command. I'll come back over here, shift, insert. I paste it, and that created my keys. Then the next command, if you look over here, is to go cd ssh. So I'll come back over here, I'll do shift, insert, and now that gets me into the SSH directory. And here are the two keys that we just created. When we ran SSH keygen, we said we wanted to create a file called IDRSA in the SSH directory. We're in the SSH directory, and here's the IDRSA and the pub key that's associated with it. Now, we want to get that public key up here into Bitbucket. So I've gone over here to my manage accounts in Bitbucket, and now I'm going over here to the SSH page, and I'm going to add a new key. I'll come back here to Ubuntu. I do cat on id rsa.pub, and there's my key. And now I can simply select it like this, just select it, and then it gets copied automatically. I come back over here, I'll call this the EC2 number 2 key, and I'll simply paste it in, okay? And now I've added that key. Here's my EC2 number 2 key. Now, I'll come back over here, and as you can see, there was one more command I asked you to enter. That was nano config. So I'll come back over here, and I'll do a shift insert, and it enters that command, and that brings up the nano editor. I'm in a little simple text editor for working in Linux over an SSH connection. And then I'll come back here to the Linux web user. I'll grab this other chunk of text, which tells whenever we connect to Bitbucket to use this particular private key. I'll come back over here. I'll do a shift insert again to paste it in. Add one more carriage return line feed like that. And then to save this file, you do a Control O, which is write out, and then Control X, which gets you back out of the editor. And now you can check your work, and we can see that we've gone ahead and we've created that file here now. I'm going to type cd, go back to the command prompt. We're now over here in this section, the clone repository and EC2 section. So I'll come back over here to my repositories. I'll go to the repository we're working with, and then this is my prog 27002 repository. And then I'll just copy that key. Just copy it. It's pretty simple. Then we'll come back down here, and at the command prompt, I'll do a clear again to get me back up to the top. I'm going to make dir git. So I have a git folder. Then I'll cd into the git folder. I'll do git clone, and then that shift insert to paste in the key that we copied from right up here. I just pasted in that URL, and I'll come over here, git clone. It prompts me, do I really want to do that? And I say yes. And now I've copied that folder over, okay? So if I switch in here, so now I have another copy of my repository. It's right here, and you can see it. And there's that create page create page 4 that we made in the previous part of the video. And there's the My Doc and the most important one, the final.html.